Okay, I'm the guinea pig. So I approached hundreds and hundreds of people, just little stupid things, little things. Just get creative with it. Get outside your box. Get outside your state. Okay, when you walk up to someone and they're standing there at McDonald's or wherever, they're doing the same thing, taking cash, giving burgers to every single person that comes up there. You break their state. You like to use the name tag. Read it. I do that all the time. You know, I mean, you don't know how many times I've been down to the Harris Teeter living here and going through, and you know, they start to know you by name, and then you get their name, but do it everywhere. Do it every random place, because what you're doing is you're breaking their state and you're bringing them into your world. We all have our own reality in this room right now, you know, and when you go into that reality, you can literally bring people with you. Bring them with you. And I have a saying, and I've said it every week that we've been here. I'm going to say it again for all the new people: is leave people better than you found them. Go up to them, do something, just that they will remember you. They will go home. And I say this: I'll be out with people, with my friends in the room, with Brian, and I will literally say they're going to go home and tell their significant other, or tell someone, or they're going to go back to their office and they're going to tell someone that. They are going to do it. And I know they are. And that's why the weird things that we've talked about, the weird occurrences that have happened, weird things that we've told you guys that's happened to me and Brian with the law of attraction, just with those things happening, is because of that. Because you get outside your box and you're walking down the street. And you guys try this. Try this tomorrow, all day. Just make eye contact with people. Smile. You know how you, like, if you make eye contact, normally you'll look away. Sometimes you might just go and look away. Make it a game. See if you can hold it longer. Every time you'll win. Every single time you will win. And that's how you make a connection with people, is when they walk in the room, shake their hand and have eye contact. Nobody wants to talk to you like this. You know? You're walking around. I mean, you know, and it has its effect. It's how you come off, and it's how you project yourself. You know, and the main thing I can say about that is bringing people into your reality, because you're talking about the doomsayers, the people who want to bring you down. You know, it comes up every single meeting we've had, and that is a common thing. You've got to kind of brush it off. You know, just kind of every time something negative happens, fill your head with something positive. You have to do that. That's why it's like reading the newspaper. You got to go read something positive every time you read that, just because it's so negative. But you know, and I think the key with what you said about being around those people is you have two choices. You can either change them or change them. You either got to change them and have them come to your mindset, bring them to your reality, or you got to change them by getting rid of them or removing yourself from the situation. So, and I've dealt with a similar situation like that at work, where luckily my manager supported me and we started changing. So they're either on board or they're out, or you might have to make that choice to find a better place to continue, you know, with your mindset, because your mindset, your reality is what's most important. So that's all I got for you guys.
Said everything, and we've shared a lot. The one thing that I did want to second that Michael and I talked about was, like, I have had this book on my shelf for years and had not read it because I thought it sounded manipulative. How to win friends and influence people. And when I started reading it, I really think that it should be renamed How People Should Be Treated. Like, it's a very genuine approach. And I see now that all this time I've been really anti-salesmanship, and for owning my own business, and I do now, and I've been running my husband's business for the last 5 years, it's just, selling is kind of important. And every time I walk into a situation where I'm like needing to make a sale or something, I have this ick feeling, and now to realize there's nothing icky about it if you don't have that belief. And I had just always had this belief that selling is icky, and now just having read this book, I have the understanding that it doesn't have to be, and so therefore I'm not projecting that anymore. And I don't think I ever did. I think that I had a sheepish approach about it because I wanted to make sure people knew I was genuine. And now I know that all I have to do is show up and be genuine, and that's all that matters. So that's really all I had to add to that.
I wanted to add something to that. I'm Mr. Salesman, and I've always had a saying, sales is not something you do to someone, it's something you do for them. So that might help. Yeah.
We are getting ready to close out in just a moment, but we'll bring Brian up to share his experience of the book.
All the books that I've read and or listened to kind of all run together. I think this is something I've read from a different book or listened to a different book. Like, if you want the best service And when you go out to eat, you just putting acknowledge, like, wow, how many tables do you have? You're really busy. Going around just acknowledging them, what they're doing. You're going to get the best service from that server just because you acknowledged the job that they're doing. And that can work in any business. And what was my other thought I had? I'll come back to it. I forgot to mention that hope you all caught this in Sunday Charlotte Observer, Smith, what's his first name?
Deborah? Michael?
The football player.
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith.
Yes. Steve Smith, they did a whole write-up in the sports section about he is definitely a positive thinker and doer, wants to do for other people. And reading what he does is just great. He has his own organization for kids, and he brought a whole group of kids to Carowinds and such. And one of the quotes he had was basically he wants to see other people that he helps help other people. And that's exactly what we're all about. That's what I want this group to be doing, the same thing. And then we talked about going on Meetup and all that. Meetup, there's so many different groups out there that just need more support and such. Like there's one for recently divorced people, and there's actually a Meetup for depression people. Like, so to go and find those people, just shout on them. Just, hey, there's this group I think you'd love. You should come join it. Come check it out. Hannah.
That's a really good idea because I know I've joined some groups and maybe what you're meeting about isn't exactly the most positive thing, and what happens is everybody sits around and complains about how their situation is. And I've actually left those groups because I'm like, this is not helping me. We're all just sitting around with a big pity party, and I'm like, waiting for somebody to say something positive, and it doesn't happen. What happened? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I can't imagine it'd be like a negative group, like depression group.
Depression.
Look it up. There's heard to me.
Yeah, there was.
So we're going to talk about depression. So please go and find those groups and invite them to this group, and I'm sure they get a lot out of it, a lot more than they get from meeting other depressed people.
More depressed.
I want to do a jewelry making kind of thing for anyone who's interested. After watching The Secret, I really like the gratitude rocks that they did. So I made a gratitude bracelet because I lose rocks. And it's a gratitude pig. And it's very exciting. And I talk to my pig every morning and every night. So if anyone's interested in making gratitude bracelets or necklaces or gratitude earrings, whatever, see me later.
Gratitude pig. That's funny. Yeah, Michael carries around a gratitude rock.
I think Angel's got the best one, though.
And guess who body's working?
She actually found a gratitude rock, right?
What's funny, but it's back up. Michael said the last meetup, like, hey, we need to find some gratitude rocks that have sayings on them and such.
There's only 2 left. He bought one for him.
And so I had to take her to the airport, and she's like, hey, look at this. I'm like, wow, it said gratitude on a rock.
On that Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Again, that's when we found out about the whole secret. You can invent them there, too. So, yeah. Anyway, back to Steve Smith. So I definitely want to see if I can get a hold of him, and I think him to join our group would be just phenomenal, and because the celebrity people want to be and do things that celebrities are doing, which is why they use commercials. People, use the soap, even though they probably would use it themselves. But our next meetup is Tuesday, I believe. Just that's a kind of it's a social thing. 2nd Street Santa. It's an annual event where 4,000 people show up, and you kind of dress up in your best dress or suit. I wear the same suit. I just got this for $65. I'm so happy.
Just keep the ties in rotation. You'll be on
And anyway, it's 4,000 people, and it's to benefit children in Charlotte. You bring a $15. It's not Toys for Tots, it's something similar to, I think it used to be Toys for Tots, but now it's a local charity. Bring an unwrapped toy, and it's complimentary beer and wine, so it gets pretty good.
Be happy.